You relentlessly pursue more energy, chasing fleeting stimulants, digital dopamine, and the false promise of eternal youth, only to find yourself more exhausted, more depleted, and profoundly empty. This frantic, outward scramble for vitality is not just misguided, it is a spiritual illusion. As Paramahansa Yogananda, the great master of self-realization, profoundly taught, the true source of energy is not in what you consume, but in what you become. For centuries, seekers have believed that the secret to boundless vitality lies in adding more to an already overloaded existence, yet the deepest truth reveals the opposite. The relentless external chase drains the very life force you desperately seek to replenish, leaving you spiritually bankrupt. This paradox, the desperate pursuit of external energy leading to inner exhaustion, is the silent epidemic of our modern age. You are taught to consume, to acquire, to strive, to optimize every waking moment, to squeeze every last drop of potential from your physical frame and your intellectual capacity, yet the more you grasp, the more slips through your fingers. The multi-billion-dollar wellness industry thrives on this insatiable hunger, offering a carousel of quick fixes, miracle supplements, and biohacks that promise a boundless reserve of life force. Yet, if you are truly honest with yourself, beneath the surface veneer of temporary boosts and fleeting highs, there is a persistent, gnawing fatigue that no amount of caffeine, no amount of sleep, no amount of frantic self-optimization can truly eradicate. This isn't merely physical exhaustion, it is a deep-seated spiritual weariness, a profound disconnection from the wellspring of your own being. It is the insidious erosion of your vital energy, prana, caused by an incessant external focus, a mind trapped in a relentless loop of thought, and an ego that mistakes frantic activity for genuine purpose. You are not just tired, you are spiritually parched, dehydrated by the demands of a world that glorifies outward achievement at the expense of inner cultivation. Every ping of your phone, every news headline, every social media scroll, every unchecked email is not just a demand on your time, it is a subtle siphon, drawing precious drops of your life force away, leaving you feeling fragmented and depleted. The world whispers promises of an abundant life, yet delivers a reality of chronic stress and pervasive fatigue. You believe the solution lies in finding the right diet, the perfect exercise regimen, or the latest productivity hack, but these are mere band-aids on a wound that runs far deeper. The inimigo_comum is not the external world itself, but your internal door_occulta_abordada, the persistent illusion that your energy is finite and must be earned from external sources. This belief, this ingrained conditioning, makes you a prisoner of endless cycles of seeking and momentary relief, never quite reaching the lasting vitality you crave. The spiritual truth, hidden in plain sight, is that your energy is not something you acquire, it is something you uncover. It is already present, dormant, waiting to be accessed. The challenge is not to find new sources of energy, but to stop the leakage, to seal the spiritual fissures through which your life force escapes. Consider the desperate pursuit of happiness through material possessions, only to find a hollow echo. In the same vein, the feverish chase for energy through external means ultimately leads to a deeper, more pervasive exhaustion. It's a fundamental misunderstanding of the cosmic laws that govern your very existence. Paramahansa Yogananda, the revered master, understood this profound truth, teaching that the human body is designed to be perpetually recharged by the infinite cosmic energy that permeates the universe. He spoke of the prana, the intelligent life force that flows through all creation, and how we, through ignorance and attachment, disconnect ourselves from this inexhaustible supply. The ancient yogis and the Stoic philosophers, though seemingly disparate, shared a common ground in this understanding. True power and vitality arise from an internal mastery, a discipline of the mind and spirit that transcends external circumstances. Your Gatilho_emotional_primario is not just the desire for more energy, it is the deep, spiritual yearning to reclaim your inherent sovereignty over your own life force. It's the silent scream of your soul, exhausted by the charade of external fixes and demanding a return to the truth of your being. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It demands a radical shift in perspective, a willingness to dismantle deeply ingrained beliefs, and the courage to look inward when every impulse screams to look outward. You are about to discover that the very habits you believe are sustaining you are, in fact, silently draining you. The solution is not a trick or a hack, but a profound transformation of consciousness, a return to your inherent, eternal source of power. This is not about feeling better, it is about becoming fundamentally different, fundamentally stronger, fundamentally freer. It's about tapping into a wellspring of divine vitality that never runs dry, no matter the external circumstances. This truth is both confronting and liberating. It asks you to question everything you think you know about energy, about your body, about your mind, and about your spirit. It demands that you stop operating on the superficial currents of existence and instead dive into the profound depths of your own consciousness. The question is, are you ready to stop chasing shadows and confront the sacred source of your own unlimited vitality, even if it means abandoning everything you thought you needed? If you've ever felt this profound exhaustion despite trying everything, comment "exhausted" below and share one specific moment when you felt utterly drained, physically or spiritually. Your raw honesty is the first step towards awakening. You are trapped in a relentless cycle, desperately seeking energy from the fleeting external world, believing that if you just consume more, achieve more, or control more, you will finally feel truly alive. This, my friend, is the ego's most cunning illusion, the inimigo_comum that perpetually depletes your vitality and keeps you in a state of spiritual exhaustion. You reach for another cup of coffee, another energy drink, another endless scroll on social media, another surge of achievement, convinced these external stimuli are the answer to your chronic fatigue. But what if these very acts, this external fixation, are the primary conduits through which your precious pranic life force leaks away? Your door_occult_abordata is not merely physical tiredness, it is the spiritual emptiness born from mistaking the shadow for the substance, the momentary surge for true, sustained energy. Consider the frantic pace of modern life, the incessant demands on your attention, the glorification of being busy as a badge of honor. You are constantly bombarded by external stimuli, notifications, news cycles, social pressures, each a tiny, insistent siren call pulling your consciousness away from its calm center. This constant external focus is akin to leaving all the windows and doors of your inner sanctuary wide open during a storm, allowing your sacred life energy to be scattered to the winds. The mind, unrestrained, leaps from one thought to another, from one worry to the next, consuming an astonishing amount of energy. The ego convinces you that you must react to everything, control everything, and constantly strive for external validation, turning your inner world into a battleground of incessant noise and emotional reactivity. This internal cacophony is the ultimate energy drain, a silent thief of your inherent vitality. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that the human body is a battery, constantly recharged by the cosmic energy, prana, that flows through the universe. However, when the mind is agitated, when the senses are outwardly focused, and when the ego is dominant, the circuit is broken. Instead of drawing from the infinite supply, you rely on the finite reserves of your physical body, leading to burnout, illness, and a profound spiritual malaise. The ancient yogis understood that true unlimited energy is not generated, it is accessed. It is already flowing through you, a divine current waiting to be tapped. But the ego, with its insatiable desire for external gratification and control, creates static on the line, preventing this vital current from nourishing your being. Stoic philosophy, in its wisdom, echoes this truth. Seneca, the great Roman Stoic, warned against the dangers of being scattered and distracted. He advocated for a disciplined focus on what is within your control, your thoughts, your judgments, your reactions, and a radical acceptance of what is not. When you allow external events and the opinions of others to dictate your inner state, you relinquish your sovereignty, and with it, your energy. Every emotional reaction, every moment spent ruminating on what you cannot change, every frantic attempt to manipulate external circumstances, is a significant drain on your vitality. It is a battle lost against the inimigo_comum of an uncontrolled mind and a grasping ego. You chase external success, believing it will bring fulfillment and an endless supply of energy. You climb the corporate ladder, accumulate wealth, seek recognition, and temporarily, you might feel a surge. But how long does it last? How quickly does that exhilaration fade, leaving you once again searching for the next external fix? This is the treadmill of Maya, the cosmic illusion that binds us. It promises eternal satisfaction but delivers only fleeting moments of relief, followed by an even deeper yearning. Yogananda emphasized that true spiritual wealth lies not in what you possess, but in the peace and joy you cultivate within. When you become a prisoner of your own mind, constantly reacting to external stimuli, you are relinquishing your power and allowing your life force to be dictated by the transient world. The door_occult_abordada is precisely this, the anguish of being perpetually exhausted, not because you lack resources, but because you are unwittingly pouring your inner treasure into a bottomless pit of external demands. You are like a majestic river, diverted into 1,000 tiny streams, each one draining your immense power until only a trickle remains. The modern world, driven by material desires and instant gratification, amplifies this illusion, convincing you that the solution is always out there. But the profound truth is that the problem, and therefore the solution, resides entirely within. The exhaustion you feel is a sacred alarm bell, a divine signal from your soul that its vital connection to the infinite source is being compromised. The gatilho_emotional_primario here is the deep-seated frustration and weariness of never quite feeling enough, never quite having enough energy. It's the constant battle against a subtle but pervasive sense of depletion. You are caught in a current, endlessly swimming against the tide, unaware that the real journey is to find the shore within. The first step towards reclaiming your unlimited energy is to recognize this illusion, to acknowledge that the external world is a magnificent play of consciousness, but not the source of your inherent power. It is an arena for action, a field for experience, but never the wellspring of your eternal vitality. But simply recognizing the illusion is not enough. The inimigo_comum, the ingrained patterns of the mind and the ego's tenacious grip, will not surrender easily. It will present new distractions, new anxieties, new temptations to pull you back into the external chase. The journey to true vitality, to spiritual abundance, is not a gentle stroll, it is a profound act of rebellion against the dictates of the superficial world. It requires a fierce commitment to turn inward, to guard your mental and emotional energy as your most precious treasure. Are you ready to stop being a passive recipient of external demands and begin the arduous work of sealing these internal leaks, even if it means confronting the very parts of yourself that insist on keeping the illusion alive? Having glimpsed the draining illusion of external energy, you now stand at the precipice of a profound truth. Your true vitality isn't acquired, it's unlocked by recognizing the divine self and mastering the mind. This is where the ancient wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda and the practical resilience of Stoicism converge, offering a powerful synthesis for reclaiming your inner reservoir of unlimited energy. The inimigo_comum that once held you captive, the frantic, outwardly focused ego, now faces an insurmountable force, your awakening consciousness. Yogananda taught that the soul, your true self, is a spark of God, inherently endowed with infinite power, peace, and joy. It is pure consciousness, distinct from the body, mind, and emotions. The chronic exhaustion you feel is a symptom of identifying with these transient aspects, allowing their fluctuations and demands to overshadow the eternal stillness of your soul. He emphasized that your thoughts are not you, they are events on the screen of your consciousness, phenomena that can be observed, directed, and ultimately transcended. This realization is the cornerstone of spiritual liberation and the key to unlocking your pranic vitality. When you understand that your thoughts are not masters but servants, you begin to reclaim sovereignty over your inner landscape. This resonates deeply with Stoic principles. Epictetus famously declared, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." While Yogananda spoke of the soul's inherent divinity, the Stoics focused on the rational faculty of the mind, arguing that our judgments and interpretations of events are the only things truly within our control. Both philosophies guide you toward an inner citadel, a sanctuary of peace that no external chaos can penetrate. For the yogi, this is the Atman, the divine self; for the Stoic, it is the disciplined, rational mind. The convergence is clear. Your unlimited energy flows when you cease to be a slave to external circumstances and internal mental chatter, and instead reside in the calm, unshakable center of your being. The door_occult_abordata of feeling perpetually overwhelmed and drained begins to dissolve as you practice this profound shift in perspective. You realize that the energy you expend reacting to perceived threats, ruminating on past regrets, or worrying about future uncertainties is an immense waste of life force. Imagine a powerful dam, constantly leaking water through countless small cracks. No matter how much water flows into the reservoir, the level never truly rises. Your mind, when uncontrolled, is that leaking dam. Each attachment, each aversion, each uncontrolled thought, each frantic judgment is a crack, allowing your prana to escape. The Gatilho_emotional_primario shifts from a desperate search for energy to an empowered recognition that the source is always within, waiting for you to plug the leaks. How, then, do we bridge these powerful traditions? Yogananda offered the science of Kriya Yoga, which includes potent breath control techniques, pranayama, to consciously draw cosmic energy into the body and mind, stabilizing consciousness and awakening higher states. The Stoics, while not engaging in breath work in the same explicit yogic manner, emphasized a rigorous mental discipline that cultivated equanimity and inner strength. They taught techniques like premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, to mentally prepare for adversity, amor fati, love of fate, to accept what is beyond control, and focusing solely on virtue as the highest good. The synthesis is this: through yogic practices, you consciously charge your inner battery with divine prana, connecting to the infinite source. Simultaneously, through Stoic mental discipline, you seal the leaks caused by an uncontrolled mind and emotional reactivity. You learn to observe your thoughts and feelings without being swept away by them, distinguishing what is within your sovereignty, your inner world, from what is not, external events. This cultivation of inner stillness and mental clarity is not a passive act, it is an active war against the inimigo_comum, the chaotic, draining forces of the untamed ego. This spiritual journey is not about suppressing emotions or becoming devoid of feeling. It is about becoming the witness of your inner experience, rather than its victim. When a challenging thought arises, instead of identifying with it and allowing it to drain your energy, you observe it, acknowledge its presence, and then consciously choose to return your attention to the wellspring of peace within. This is autodominio, the mastery over your internal environment, a true power that far surpasses any external achievement. The stakes are higher than mere physical vitality. This is about reclaiming your spiritual heritage, your birthright to a life lived in full consciousness and divine abundance. This inner revolution, this profound act of self-reclamation, is the true path to unlimited energy. But this inner battle requires more than just understanding, it demands unwavering commitment. How will you consistently stand guard at the gates of your mind, preventing the insidious leaks of energy, when the world outside and the ego within constantly conspire to pull you back into the old patterns of depletion? You now understand that unlimited energy flows not from external acquisition, but from an inner reservoir, guarded by the discerning mind and fueled by divine connection. The time has come for the ultimate climax, the ceremonial death of the ego's unruly reign and the rebirth of your soul's sovereign command. This is not a subtle shift, it is a profound catharsis, where your old, depleted identity is symbolically annihilated to make way for a consciousness expanded, vibrant, and eternally connected to pranic vitality. Paramahansa Yogananda revealed that prana, the intelligent life force, is the energy that sustains all life. When channeled consciously, it can bring about miraculous physical, mental, and spiritual rejuvenation. The key is autodominio, self-mastery. The Comando do EU Soberano is not a wish, it is a declaration, a decree made from the deepest center of your being, uniting the will of the yogi with the discipline of the stoic. It is the conscious act of directing prana and attention, withdrawing them from the clamor of the senses and the chaos of thought, and focusing them inward, toward the eternal source within. Consider the power of breath. For Yogananda, breath, pranayama, was not merely a physical function, but a profound spiritual technology, a direct link to cosmic energy. Through specific breathing techniques, you learn to consciously draw in prana, vitalizing every cell, calming the nervous system, and stilling the restless mind. This is an active, empowering practice, not passive relaxation. It is a deliberate act of charging your inner battery directly from the divine source. Coupled with the stoic practice of mindful attention, where you bring your entire focus to the present moment, you create an unshakable fortress of inner peace and power. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, emphasize the concept of the inner citadel, a sanctuary within your mind that no external event can disturb. This is achieved through rigorous mental discipline. 1. Distinguishing control *. You identify what is within your sovereignty, your thoughts, choices, actions, and what is not, external events, other people's opinions. 2. Rational judgment *. You cease to allow automatic, emotional reactions to dictate your energy. Instead, you pause, apply reason, and choose your response from a place of inner calm. 3. Amor fati *. You embrace what is, accepting circumstances with equanimity, thereby conserving immense life force that would otherwise be wasted in resistance. The Comando do EU Soberano is the fusion of these paths. It begins with the profound understanding that your consciousness is the conductor of your prana. When your consciousness is scattered, your prana is scattered, leading to fatigue. When your consciousness is focused and still, your prana consolidates, leading to unlimited energy and vitality. Here's how this sovereign command manifests ***. Yogic breath, pranayama. Engage in conscious, deep, rhythmic breathing. This is not just oxygenation, it is prana absorption. As you inhale, visualize divine energy flooding your being. As you exhale, release all tension, all negative thought, all external attachment. Stoic presence, premeditatio malorum and memento mori. Regularly contemplate challenges and even death, not to invite negativity, but to prepare the mind for equanimity. This strips away the fear that drains energy and anchors you in the present, ready for anything. You become the witness, observing without being consumed. Mental decree, affirmation of sovereignty with unwavering will. Make a daily declaration: I am the master of my mind, I am the channel of divine energy. This is not a passive wish, but an active command to your subconsciousness, aligning your personal will with cosmic will. When you consistently practice this sovereign command, you move from "you do" to "this happens in you." The transformation is an experience, not a forced outcome. You observe your body becoming a more efficient vehicle for prana. Your mind becomes less turbulent, more a serene lake reflecting the eternal light of your soul. The draining noise of external demands fades, replaced by an inner harmony that vibrates with unlimited vitality. You are no longer merely human, you are a divine channel, an active participant in the cosmic dance of energy. This is the ultimate surrender, paradoxically leading to ultimate power. You surrender the ego's illusion of control, its frantic grasping, its ceaseless demand for external validation. In that surrender, you awaken to the infinite power of the soul, which is your true identity. The inimigo_comum, the ego's tyranny, is dissolved not by fighting it, but by withdrawing energy from it and investing it in the divine self. This spiritual alchemy is not a one-time event, it is a daily, moment-by-moment commitment. It challenges every ingrained habit of distraction, every impulse to externalize your search for fulfillment. It asks for unwavering discipline and profound devotion to your inner truth. If you're ready to break free from the ego's draining prison and reclaim your inner power, comment "Sovereign" below. What is the single biggest mental battle you face daily that siphons your energy? Be brutally honest. Do you dare to name the internal tyrant that keeps your vitality captive? The profound journey from the illusion of external energy to the sovereign command of your inner pranic vitality culminates in a tangible, undeniable transformation, the emergence of the radiance of the liberated self. This is not a philosophical concept alone, it is a living, breathing reality that permeates every cell of your being, every interaction, and every moment of your awakened existence. You have transcended the exhausting chase, replaced the frantic scramble with an inner stillness, and anchored your consciousness in the inexhaustible wellspring of divine energy. The most significant shift you will observe is a consistent, unwavering vitality that is not dependent on external circumstances. No longer do you experience the peaks and valleys of energy that defined your previous existence, fueled by caffeine highs and crashing lows. Instead, a steady, luminous current flows through you, sustaining your efforts, illuminating your mind, and calming your emotions. This is the prana, consciously channeled and actively guarded, transforming your door_occult_abordata of chronic exhaustion into a vibrant, eternal reservoir of life force. Your body, previously a tired vehicle, becomes a temple of divine energy, responsive and resilient. This sustained vitality is merely the outer manifestation of a deeper, internal shift. Your consciousness itself becomes clearer, sharper, and more perceptive. The mental noise, the incessant chatter of the ego that once drained your energy, recedes into the background. You gain a remarkable capacity for focused attention, able to engage deeply with tasks and relationships without feeling overwhelmed. This mental clarity is a direct result of applying the sovereign command, constantly distinguishing between what is within your control, your inner state, and what is not, external events, and consciously directing your attention and prana inward. The inimigo_comum of external distraction and internal reactivity loses its grip entirely. You become the witness, observing the dramas of life with equanimity, detached yet fully engaged. Stress, anxiety, and fear, once potent siphons of your life force, now find less and less purchase. They may arise, for such is the nature of existence, but they no longer consume you. You possess the stoic fortitude to remain calm in the face of chaos, drawing upon the inner strength cultivated through yogic practice and mental discipline. This inner peace is not an absence of trouble, but the presence of divine power. Furthermore, this newly awakened vitality doesn't just benefit you. It radiates outward, transforming your relationships and your creative endeavors. With a mind at peace and a heart filled with pranic abundance, you approach others with greater compassion, patience, and understanding. Your presence becomes a source of calm and inspiration. Your creativity, no longer stifled by mental fatigue, flows freely, unencumbered by the self-doubt and inertia that once plagued you. You become a conduit for divine inspiration, your actions imbued with a profound sense of purpose, dharma. Remember the relentless pursuit of external energy discussed in the introduction, the constant craving, the temporary highs, the inevitable crashes? That old reality now seems distant, almost alien. You have closed the spiritual fissures, sealed the leaks, and turned inward to the infinite spring. You no longer chase, you radiate. This is the spiritual wealth Yogananda spoke of, not in material terms, but in the unlimited abundance of inner peace, joy, and vitality that stems from self-realization. You are not just energized, you are enlivened by the very essence of the divine. This is the materialization of your awakening, a life lived not in exhaustion, but in perpetual spiritual buoyancy. You move through the world with a new grace, an inner knowing, and an unshakable confidence that comes from realizing your true identity as a soul connected to the cosmic powerhouse. The journey that began with the desperate yearning for more energy culminates in the profound realization that you are energy, divine, eternal, unlimited. But is this the final destination? Is this boundless vitality the ultimate goal of your spiritual quest, or merely a crucial, empowering step on a path that stretches into infinity? You have reclaimed your pranic vitality, experienced the profound peace of the sovereign command, and now radiate with unlimited energy. The inimigo_comum of exhaustion and mental chaos has been vanquished. Yet, this abundance is not the journey's end, it is merely a luminous portal, an initiation into an even grander, more expansive truth, the infinite journey of the soul. The awakening is not a destination, it is a continuous, unfolding process, a deepening spiral into the heart of divine consciousness. This enhanced vitality is not for self-indulgence. It is a sacred trust, a newly acquired tool for the ultimate purpose, the realization of your divine self and service to the greater cosmic will. Paramahansa Yogananda emphasized that the very reason we seek unlimited energy is so that we may have the strength and clarity to pursue God realization, to perform our dharma with unwavering dedication, and to uplift humanity. The prana you now command is a divine current meant to expand your consciousness even further, to break through the final veils of Maya and experience your oneness with the Absolute. The door_occult_abordata of spiritual longing, though partially assuaged by your newfound vitality, reveals a deeper hunger now. It is the soul's innate yearning for complete merger with Brahman, the infinite spirit. The equanimity learned from Stoicism, the autodominio practiced, the pranic connection established, all are preparatory steps for the ultimate liberation, the eternal dance of consciousness beyond all limitation. This is where the spiritual wealth of your soul truly begins to unfold, revealing dimensions of joy and understanding that transcend all earthly experience. The Gatilho_emotional_primario now evolves from a desire for personal energy to a profound sense of cosmic responsibility. With unlimited energy comes the capacity for unlimited service, unlimited love, and unlimited wisdom. Your journey expands beyond the confines of your individual self, connecting you to the collective consciousness of all beings. You are no longer just a recipient of divine grace, you become a channel for it, radiating healing and inspiration to the world around you. This is the profound implication of self-realization, it is never solely for the self. The ultimate cliffhanger is this: you have tasted the divine abundance of unlimited energy, you have broken free from the ego's draining prison. But what if this boundless vitality isn't solely for your comfort, or even your enlightenment, but a sacred trust for a purpose far grander than you can yet comprehend, a cosmic dharma awaiting your awakened participation in the divine plan? You've journeyed through the illusion of depletion and discovered the unlimited energy flowing within you. You've embraced the sovereign command, synthesizing yogic wisdom and stoic resilience to master your mind and reclaim your vitality. This isn't just knowledge, it's an invitation, a compelling call to action for every awakened soul yearning for true spiritual abundance. This path demands discipline, devotion, and a profound commitment to your inner truth. You are not a passive observer in this grand cosmic play, you are an active participant, a divine warrior in the battle against illusion. Your soul is calling you to step fully into your power, to transform your life from a state of exhaustion into a radiant expression of unlimited energy. If you have resonated with the profound truths shared today, if your soul recognizes the echo of its own eternal vitality, then this is your moment. Don't let this divine momentum dissipate. Your next step is crucial. To deepen your practice of the sovereign command and continue cultivating this inexhaustible wellspring of prana, I urge you to join our growing community of seekers. Subscribe to this channel, activate the notifications, and become part of a tribe committed to spiritual sovereignty. This is not merely about subscribing, it's about declaring your allegiance to your divine self. It's about consciously choosing a path of autodominio and unlimited energy over the draining demands of the superficial world. This spiritual journey is too profound to walk alone. Let us walk together, reinforcing each other's resolve and illuminating the path forward. Your transformation is not just a personal victory, it is a beacon of hope for all who are weary. Embrace your inner empire, for your soul's riches are infinite.